Bishop, good to see you again.
Good to be back.
This Sunday opens the Synod in Rome with all the bishops from the world gathering. Not all the bishops, but a sampling of all the bishops in the world. First of all, let's talk about something very basic. What is a synod?
A synod is a gathering of bishops from around the world. This time it is the head of every Episcopal conference that's been elected by their brother bishops, plus other invited guests and various people. So you're talking about a substantial number of people, probably 300 or so, which is a good number of representative bishops, plus invited guests, religious, laity, ecumenical guests. That's as always, every synod has done that.
Mm-hmm. The theme is family. They want to talk about the family and the role of family in the modern world. What goes on at a synod? I mean, how does it work? Do individual bishops get up and make interventions? And is there a debate?
Well, first of all, we've had two documents already. First, it was a very preliminary document, which people had a chance to comment on. It was sent to the bishops of the world. We had a chance to write back what our situation is. So then they had a working document, which had the input of everybody around the world on it. So now they have a working document that they're going to work on, and then they'll have a final document when they're finished. Basically, they're I'd say debating, but they make interventions on what the propositions are. So there may be 25 different propositions. For example, one that we know will be there is the reform of the system of granting annulments. In fact, the Holy Father already has put a commission together on it. So that'll be there. People will say how they feel about that. And the various other things that will be there. We don't know exactly what the next document is on this next, they call it Instrumentum Laboris, the working document is what they're working on.
What is the role of the Holy Father in all this? Does he just sit there and listen?
Well, he listens. He can intervene at any time, but he's there probably during the whole thing, which is good. It's been cut down to 2 weeks. Used to be a whole month, which is kind of long. So now it's 2 weeks.
And of course, there's been a lot of debate before the Synod about a possible proposition on granting the divorced and separated communion in the church. Is that issue sidetracking this Synod? Do you think it's getting off the main theme of family?
Well, it's one of the things. It's an issue, obviously, for families today, but it's not the only issue. Again, people are interested in that. The press is interested in that. Is there going to be a change? But let's face it, the basic change cannot happen because the indissolubility of marriage has to be protected, and that won't be changed. There may be some changes in how we look at marriages that have been dissolved, but we're not. I don't think you can just carte blanche say, now if you're divorced, if you're married, come to communion. That's not going to happen.
What do you expect to come out of this?
Well, I think a real affirmation of the church's role in supporting family life. I mean, we've done it all the time. I think we need now to redouble our efforts. In our own diocese now, I just instituted something that we had not done universally, and it's called the Focus. Before people get married, they have this questionnaire, which basically is a compatibility questionnaire, which then the priest can use to help them say, well, there's some differences here. You're going to face this. Usually when they come in, they're already decided they're going to get married. You're not going to dissuade them from marriage, but you can help them understand where the difficulties will be. And the first 5 years of marriage are the most difficult. Well, that's where we see all the divorces happening, sometimes even before 5 years. So that'll be something new. That'll be something added that we can help people coming to the church for marriage to prepare themselves better.
Are fewer people coming to the church asking for marriage these
There's
days?
fewer people. There's fewer people getting married too, but much fewer than we had in the past. Certain parishes have a good number. Other parishes, very few, 5, 6 a year, less. So it is a real major change. People are cohabitating, or they're married civilly. They're not coming to the church for marriage. One of the things I've always been on, I think people think a church marriage means thousands of dollars. Well, it doesn't have to be. And we just saw the Holy Father marrying a group of people together. We do that already here in the diocese. And we have a party for them afterwards in the parish hall. So people don't have to spend thousands of dollars in order to receive a sacrament. So we're looking at that to foster that also.
Yeah, and the things that are talked about at this Synod, these are going to be topics for the meeting on families next year here in the United States?
Well, some of them will be. I'm sure there will be a follow-up on that meeting with the proposals that have been proposed by the Synod.
Bishop, thanks for sharing your insights.
You're welcome.